So let's transition here from e-commerce security over to security that really applies to all websites. So let's have a deeper conversation about SSL and website security. So this is something that applies to all websites because this is not just a security conversation. This is also a user experience conversation. So, you don't want a site visitor to land on your website and they get that big notification right at the top of the browser that says, hey, this website's not secure. Don't trust it. Because right away that increases your bounce rate. People just, they tune out right away. They X out. They feel like, oh, I'm going to get spammed or something. So you want users of your website to land and say, hey, this is secure. The browser's telling me I can trust this website. Now I can engage with it. And this really does apply to any type of business website, any website across the board. You want to have an SSL certificate. But just because it applies to all websites doesn't mean that you should have to pay extra for it. And believe it or not, even today there's still hosting companies that make their customers pay extra for SSL, even though there's great tools out there like Let's Encrypt, which basically works for anyone to help set up an SSL for your website. So just make sure that you're with a hosting company that's including SSL in their plans and you're not paying a ton of money extra for it. And kind of like what we were talking about for e-commerce, you kind of have like the level 1 security on like the server level, hosting level, but you can also put this extra level on top of it if you integrate with a tool like Cloudflare. What Cloudflare does is really lets you take your security to a much higher level with really custom control over your security configurations and additional security integrations that really make sure your website is delivering a totally safe and secure user experience. And regardless of what tools you're using or what kind of website hosting you're on, one nerd little extra detail I'll throw into this conversation, if you can find the force HTTPS setting, make sure that's active, because what that does is it makes sure that all of the elements of your website, your images, your media, your forms are all being delivered from behind the SSL and, just making sure that the site is completely secure across the board. It's really important, and it's really going to lead to ideal security for your entire website, creating that nice secure user experience that we want.